Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neil Rule, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Hammer it down, here we go, it's Pontoon time again. Big D Energy, Darren McCarty, T. Terry Foster, Detroit sports legend with us as always. Flannel Sam, hold on a sec.
Is it bring your son
Is that Danny Raxter's little boy I see in the booth? Oh my gosh. Bro. How am I going to get you into the flight club on Sunday now? You make my job so much easier. You got to bring that fake ID, but look at you. What? Do tell if anybody who has not seen Big D Energy before I welcome you in, not only that, but everybody take a look at the just freshly groomed face of Spenmo Rax.
And there's no dirt on his face either.
You know what? I have my theories behind it. I'm going to keep those to the OnlyFans heavyweights page, by the way. But any insight behind this? Were you just vibing it? Did you lose a bet? What's going on?
So my brothers got me beard trimmers for Christmas. And last night I was pretty intoxicated. And, you know, Chad's coming into town, so I was like, I'm going to clean up the beard a little bit. And I put the wrong head on the trimmers. And it went too low, and so I decided, you know what, fuck it, and I just got the rest of it off. And
doesn't look so cute.
Dude, I love it. Spenny never changed the fact that, you know what, you could have made up an elaborate story. Mm-hmm. You could have made up something that
maybe he did. Maybe he just lied to us.
I don't think he did. No, that is the absolute truth. Because Terry.
Truth.
Didn't you hear the preface? That we know was a fact.
Yeah.
If he was banged up, you know what? His decision making might have been a little awry. Yeah. I've been there before, Spen. I've been there before. As you can see, I haven't touched this in a while. It's gone out of control. I don't know. Anybody's wondering, D-Mac, what do you got going on your face? Somebody told me they might be shooting a pirate movie on the Detroit River. I'm waiting to audition. There's the answer. Or that, or I'm going to kick jockstrap Cletus's butt tonight. Combat 1 in Waterford. That's what I'm growing it for. But Terry, have you ever had a razor mishap at your youth or at any time, maybe intoxicated, not intoxicated like that? Like you're a facial hair guy.
Right. No, I have not. And I almost did something because I was drunk. I was drunk in Las Vegas. And I was standing in front of a tattoo shop, and I said, I'm getting a tattoo today. I do not have one. And so I stood there for it was like 15 minutes, looking at all the tattoos and the styles. The reason I couldn't decide what to get. I was thinking of getting like Dino the dinosaur, but I thought that would be too stupid, but I didn't know what to get.
So you ended up like me, flipping through like Netflix or something, right, trying to choose a show or a movie or whatever and being on there.
Couldn't decide what to watch. So flipped it back. Sam Flannel, have you ever had in your young married career mishap? I got to tell you, you are the legend killer, and that's a legend killer type beard. I mean, it's solid. Like we could say that, but have you ever had a mishap in the past or anything like that?
No, I have not had what you would call a huge mishap. The worst would be when you cut your lip and it's bleeding for like an hour and you don't know what to do. But speaking of beards or lack thereof, I am honored because tonight I'm going to be on Woodward Heavyweights. I get to do the first show with Babyface Spenny.
That's true.
Hey, it's good for me. It doesn't look so bad, Spenny. It really doesn't.
That.
All right, so how long, Spencer, does it take before you're planning to grow whatever back or whatever?
Yeah, I'd say give it a week and it'll be back.
Give it a week and then you won't look like Danny Raxter's little baby boy.
It's already starting to grow back a little bit.
Yeah, he's probably one of those guys you shave in the morning and then your 5 o'clock shadow looks like you hadn't shaved in a week.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Shaving is, there are incidents to have. Anyways, we got a big show lined up today. Obviously, Super Bowl this weekend comes around once a year. We're going to talk about that throughout the show. You know, one of the things I told Spencer I want to throw up a poll in this first half is, like, what is everybody's favorite part do you look forward to the Super Bowl? Like, is it the game itself? Is it the food? You know, is it the halftime show? Who we got Rihanna, which leads back to questions. What's your favorite halftime show? We brought up how, you know, Prince being godly because he got it to rain for Purple Rain, stuff like that. What are the other things? Is it the prop bets? Right? Is it sitting around getting banged up because you get together with, you know, a certain crew to watch the Super Bowl? I'm interested to know. We'll talk a little bit about all that. But Terry, I wanted to start out with the Detroit Pistons.
Yes,
having you here. Obviously, yesterday after we went off the show, 3 p.m. NBA deadline, Troy Weaver did make a deal sending Saddiq Bey to Golden State, where he eventually was traded to Atlanta. Is that right?
Yep.
To Atlanta he ended up. But we got James Wiseman.
That trade's getting ripped, too, in this time.
So it's got James Wiseman, who, as some of us non-basketball guys go, wait, why do I know that name? Oh, yeah, second overall pick 3 years ago. Sam?
Yes. It was in the,
3 years ago. And one of the things that I am hearing and looking into this is that, Troy Weaver always liked this guy. He always liked this guy going back to the draft, whether that's relevant or not. I just flat out ask you, Terry, was this a good trade for the Pistons? Is this something that, the bottom line is, what light do you put Troy Weaver in now?
I'm putting the light that I think this is a very good trade. I understand why people don't like it, because you haven't seen enough of James Wiseman. And the bits and pieces I've seen shows me this guy's very athletic. He's very skilled. Now he needs to be in a system that wants him. Golden State didn't need James Wiseman. And a lot of times I see athletes, usually it's the reverse. You're with a team that fits you well, and then you go somewhere else and the team doesn't fit you and you kind of disappear. Now we're seeing the thing in reverse. I think this is what's going to happen. James Wiseman, not a fit at Golden State. Wiseman a fit here. And I think eventually he's going to be able to show his athleticism, his basketball skills, and then once he stays healthy, he's going to provide a little rim protection, not great shot blocking, but better what they got now. And I think the Pistons are a team that eventually will attack the block. Golden State doesn't.
So you like this trade for the Pistons? And
I like it for the Pistons.
This comes down for giving the young man.
Although I understand why people don't like it, because what you've seen of him is very unimpressive. But I see a guy that has potential. I see a guy that has skills, and he's 7 foot, and I think eventually we will see that.
Well, he went second overall, Sam. Did he not? So does that not tell you something to begin with, to the fact that there might be some hidden potential there? Do you like this trade? And I guess my view is, we know where we stand on our GMs around this town, but this is Troy Vincent making deals, trying to make the team better. Did he make this team better?
It's a lot is to be determined. I don't hate this trade at first glance of it and kind of digging into it a little bit. My thing is, I don't think the Pistons are going to miss Saddiq Bey. I think he was someone who became overvalued. He was someone whose shot never really improved. His consistency never really improved. I mean, this last month was kind of a microcosm of Saddiq Bey. And that big win, one of the most impressive wins they had over the season against Minnesota, he went off for 31, 10 of 16 from the floor, 4 of 6 from 3. But then in his last game with the Pistons was 1 of 6 from the floor and 1 of 4 from 3 for 7 points. He was just remarkably inconsistent. He was a traffic cone on defense, and he just never really got any better. And with James Wiseman, to me, what James Wiseman could bring you is like a Marvin Bagley with more upside. A guy who, like Terry said, is athletic, showed us some things as a rookie. He averaged about 11 and 6 on a little over 50% shooting with the Warriors. But yeah, he'd had some injuries. He fell out of the rotation this season. The Warriors just didn't really need him. With the Pistons, I think he's a guy that could contribute, as a guy who could be. You could see glimpses of why he was the second overall pick. My sort of thing is, I like the trade right now at face value, and it doesn't have as much to do with James Wiseman. It has more to do with the fact that I will not lose a wink of sleep over Saddiq Bey being gone. All Saddiq Bey was a guy who had flashes. He had some characteristics of what you think what a good player could be in the modern NBA. He was 6'8", a wing. He could get hot as fish grease from three, but he never developed into a defender. He never could develop a consistent shot, and he just hasn't improved. He is basically a non-factor in the NBA. So I'm okay with the trade for now. We'll see how it plays out.
Now, one other thing, I think this reconfirms what I said yesterday. The Pistons, the reason they weren't sellers is Troy Weaver thinks the roster they have now is good enough to win, good enough to make the playoffs. So he's playing for next season. He's playing and hoping and building and whatever, the Pistons are going to be a playoff team next year. Definitely not one this year, not even close. So he's taking a huge gamble, but that's why he's not selling.
Well, that's sort of what it got me to thinking, right? What we talked about yesterday. Are they sort of saying, hey, let's just see how this plays out with the bingo balls and what happens? But Spencer, my question to you, which I see a lot in the chat thread about you can only play one center at a time, obviously with the development of Jalen Duren, is there room for both Wiseman and Duren to be on this team and to develop?
I do think there is room, and you're looking at, they're already talking about starting James Wiseman next to, well, I'd hope it's next to Jalen Duren. They said they expect to start him, and there's no way Jalen Duren isn't on the starting lineup, so I'm assuming they're going to do an experiment of starting them together. But you look at Marvin Bagley and Isaiah Stewart, they're fours. They cannot play center. Neither of them can play center. They're not good enough. So now you have a legitimate backup center, which is something you need. You need more than one center on your team. So I'm fine with it, really. I think a lot of people overvalued Saddiq Bey and what he'd get in the trade market, and this is about the return I expected, another disgruntled former, high draft pick type of player. So I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not in love with it, but I'm not mad at it.
Here's the other thing that people forget. You can go big in the NBA. You can have a big lineup at times. You can have a small lineup at times. So because of the Pistons' guard play is so stellar, you can go small with Ivy and Cade Cunningham. But sometimes you might want to say, you know what? Let's pound the ball down somebody's throat. Let's rebound, defend, and see if we can win a game that way. So I think they're showing a little versatility. I have no problem with four guys who could play center.
So are we under the impression that maybe, and I see it also in the chat, Brandon Katz has brought it up, other people have brought it up about, is James Wiseman maybe a product of coming out of college too soon? Development-wise into the proper system, right? I believe you can come out at a younger age if you're put into the proper system, have the proper leadership.
Or how about this? If you come out early, play some college games. He only played like 2 or 3 college games. Yeah. He barely played in Memphis and then came out.
So there is a lot of potential. So you guys buy in when you hear Troy Weaver's had a shine on this guy before, and I look at this as only a positive with where the Pistons are right now. Did it hurt? Is it going to hurt their draft position? No. Are they going to fall? Are we worried about falling out of the number 4 spot at the worst to get a bingo ball? No. So I look at this as it goes into seeing to exactly what Terry said yesterday. They might be in the process of waiting, the wait and see game.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear because you haven't lost the faith, it sounds like here, and in the chat thread, haven't lost the faith in Troy Weaver moving forward, and that's, I think, is a positive. One of the best positive things we said about the Pistons of late, have we not?
Yeah, Troy Weaver still believes in this roster. That's why he made a move like this. It's not for this year. It's for next year.
Well, you said that yesterday. Didn't you say it's not the 2022-23 season? It's the 2022-24 season?
22-24 season. That's what it is.
2 seasons into it. Speaking of seasons.
And it's a 164-game schedule. I got that right.
You did. You got it right yesterday, too. It took a little bit longer than it did today. But what didn't take longer was for Neil's boy, Philip Zadina, the Funky Co Zadina, to get on the board in his first game back. How about we talk about a little bit of Red Wing hockey? Big win last night. We'll get to it when we get back. But it's Super Bowl weekend. Maybe you want to go warm the arm up and have a couple cocktails,
Yeah.
right? Before the big game. Where would you go, Spenny?
Obviously, you'd go to the Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck, because the Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Fulling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at fullingwarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
Can't get enough Woodward Sports content? Head over to woodwardsports.com right now for up-to-date sports articles and great entertainment news. We have the best writers, bloggers, and coverage all at your fingertips. Head to woodwardsports.com right now to experience all Woodward Sports has to offer.
Planet Fitness is the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports, also home of the Judgment Free Zone, where you can work out for only $10 a month or upgrade to the Black Card for unlimited guest privileges, hydro massage, and more. Join in club today or go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where Darren McCarty.
Your fitness is essential. All right, happy Friday. Big D Energy, Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Flannel Salmon. Baby Seal. The Baby Seal. Wyatt Byer winning the chapter of the day. Spencer's face looks like a baby seal. That is Spenmo Rocks. If you didn't know, his Christmas gift from his siblings, which was a razor, might have got a little bit. I got to blame it on, it was a little intoxicated last night, and one thing led to another. Next thing you know,
Who are you knocking down on Thursday night?
Coonan, some dripper from Coonan.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That'll make you silly.
For everybody that knows, that's not your little 4.5%, 5%ers.
No.
He's slamming some
Those
8, 9ers.
9.5.
Absolutely. So for all of you who want to pinch Spenny's little cheeks, he did that for you. We were talking about the trade, the Detroit Pistons adding James Wiseman. We'll see how that develops. Was there any timeline as when he was going to be in the lineup?
I think they're going to start him right away as soon as he gets into town.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. That's something to see. Speaking about guys that are in the lineup, last night Philip Zadina got back in the lineup after breaking his leg and being out. And I think here's a testament. Let's talk about Philip Zadina a little bit for a minute, because he's back 2 weeks early. Right, he's back 2 weeks early, and everything that you hear out of the Red Wings, including Coach Derek Lalonde in his press conference, is seeing how hard he worked. Right, I'm a big believer in karma, and it doesn't always happen and stuff like that. But there's two things that happened there for him to get back in the lineup, and for his coach and the rest of his teammates, and he shows his willingness. Right, so it's always when we're talking about Philip Zadina, it's production. Right, it's not the fact that he works hard, the fact that he's going to do things, the fact that he's developed his all-around game. Well, why does that matter? Why does that come to fruition? Because last night, I was down at LCA with a lot of it. The Detroit Red Wings were able to pick up a big win, 2-1, with the game winner by Philip Zadina.
And it was a snoozer, too.
What's that?
That was a snoozer.
That was
night.
An absolute snoozer. I did Game Day Live for anybody that was down there, but I'm talking to everybody that was down there that heard me, Terry, because I did implore, and I don't do this often, but I did implore the fans to get behind the team in the third period. The biggest goal, obviously, Larkin scoring. Anytime, the golden rule in hockey, you don't want to get scored on in the first minute of a period or in the last minute. So the fact, and here's the thing, right? And it's funny how things, and I notice this more in hockey because I obviously played, but how things can change, and things are cyclical, because it's been 161 minutes and change, which is almost 3 games since the Detroit Red Wings scored a goal against the Calgary Flames. They were able to get one late in the period to tie it up and hold on for the 2-1 win. I saw this because Ville Husso was very solid last night.
35 stops.
Well, 35 shots, and a lot of that, there wasn't where we could call grade A opportunities. I thought, like, why it was boring, Terry, because there wasn't a lot of action on the inside. A lot of the action was on the outside all game. So it was a tough. It was a tough one to watch. You were dead nuts on. But those boring games, guys, the great teams in this league win those boring games. Just because it's boring, you got to find a way to win. Now, my question to you, and obviously this is a great pop for Zadina, production-wise, getting back in the lineup. Most assuredly, he'll be in the lineup Saturday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon against Vancouver. But does this give you different expectations for him, or does this change your expectations for the Wings? Because if they can start putting things together, they're still not out of it.
Yeah.
One game never sways me about a team, good or bad. Last night, the dick in me would say, well, Zadina should have scored that goal. He had a wide open net. But the other part of me said, well, he led a great 2-on-1 break, passed it at the right time, got it back at the right time and converted. So, it just doesn't change anything for me. It shows that, yeah, he can score. It shows that the Wings can win a game now and then, but I need to see, some consistency over a week for me to change my mind about them.
Bam, you nailed it. And I see this Travis Trilla in the chat thread. We have to play mad every night. We're way too inconsistent. That's the inconsistency, and also too hoof-hearted. You want wins to come as a byproduct of improvement and doing things the right way. I don't care about playoffs or exact number of wins this season, which is the mentality you have to be. What did I say at the beginning of the year? The coach is going to preach the 1-1-3, and I know where's Mike G or whoever, the 1-1-3 and the 3-1-3. You want the shirt, right? He wants the shirt. Over time, the biggest enemy of this team is his inconsistency, right? And we all see it, right? So the consistency. Does your opinion change on Zadina? I know that Sam Flannel is not on the same page as you, Terry, because one game can change this man's opinion. So it'd be interesting. I know that's in the football circle, one game can change your opinion, but in the hockey circle, can it change too?
Well, it's funny how the Red Wings, they always get that win just when you think they could death spiral again. They always get that win that kind of gets you believing in them again. I know it was a home game, a regular season game, but it was against Calgary, a team that had a winning record, not world beaters or anything, but they had to get that game. And as far as Zadina goes, it's crazy how in hockey, because Philip Zadina, for all intents and purposes, has been a draft bust. That's just by the numbers, that's facts. But even in his 5th season, he can contribute so greatly by scoring a game-winning goal in a big win. That just kind of speaks to the uniqueness of hockey, because you need all those multiple lines, so even as Zadina can remain into the rotation. I could still see them making a playoff run. It was obviously good to see Dylan Larkin score a goal again, but they obviously need to continue this. They can't just... They always seem to win some games to get me believing in them again, and then have some bad losses to where you're like, screw this team, I'm waiting for next year. So for now, I'm happy they got the win, but stay consistent. Put a few together. Get 2 points.
So
pretty
much where you're at, Spenny, is that it's one of these? Nice.
Yeah,
you did what you're supposed to do. In reality, you're only 1-1, against Alberta coming out of the break. And now you got the rest of Western Canada before you go on a tough road trip. It doesn't get any easier.
And by the way, you got to play Calgary again on the, at their place.
Oh, absolutely.
So
you're
don't
going on
go
like,
there and get beat 6-2 or something ridiculous like that.
and this condensed schedule for the second half of the season doesn't get any easier. That's why having guys back healthy. That's why getting opportunity. I think the big thing here is that you're going to get opportunity, because what is the most glaring thing? And I see it by everybody in the chat thread. We can't score goals, right? We thought we could score goals earlier in the year, but who's gone dry? You look at a guy that we were looking to leading us early in the year, and Dominic Kubalik, he gets scratched last night. So the consistency is not just keeping the puck out of the net, playing good defensively, capitalizing. It's being able to score goals. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, it's can you put the puck in the other team's net more? Right.
And they're a little bit fortunate. I was convinced Calgary was going to score in the last 2 minutes of that game. They kept the pressure on them. It was the only time really they got not only shots but good opportunities, and all it took was one major mistake by a Red Wing player or defenseman. It didn't happen though, but it just seemed like that they were buzzing so much. I'm like, oh, they're gonna score. It's gonna be 2-2.
No, which it always is, and I like what Detroit Dabber 313 is. You look at last night on the ice, you got Zadina, Veleno, and Bergeron, all 2018 draft picks, which is the part of the journey where if you can sit back in the inconsistency, trying to get consistency, look for the positive. Thank you, Dabber, because that is exactly what you're saying. Look at the guys out there, and like I always say, right? Who's going to be that guy of the teams that won who we were, right? Who's going to be the me? Who's going to be the Draper? Who's your Shanny? Who's your Stevie? And when you can fill those pieces in, and I think that conversation, whether is at least penciled in for a few guys, maybe not in permanent marker, but it's penciled in. So, again, back at it tomorrow afternoon, 12 o'clock game. Which will be nice. I'll be down there signing autographs beforehand. Anybody down there? So let's get down there. If you're down there, cheer. I know Tammy will be down there. Everybody else, if you're down there, let's get a picture and let's cheer these guys on to win. Because you're still not out of it. If you can still put these wins together, it's not an easy road, but it can be done, and it'd be nice to see. Because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, these are the guys, right, that you're counting on. And if they are your guys, then you don't have to go out and pay somebody else. So that's pretty simple, because you know what? That's all that really matters. Just like Alta. Because that Alta uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done right. You have a bog project coming up, Alta Rent. They got you covered. Call them today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big Super Party. Wait, we can't say Super. We really can't say come join us at our Super Party on Sunday, February 12th, from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports Super Party. Well, our Super Party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Getting the weekend started here. Big D Energy, Darren McCarty, Detroit sports legend Terry Foster, Flannel Sam, the baby boy, Sven Morak, so freshly shaven. He's all excited. Talked a little Pistons trade, little Red Wings win last night. But we threw a poll up there. the beginning of the show, what is your favorite part of the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl weekend as we're getting into it? Let's see, results, the game. Almost half you, 48% said the game. So let's start there. Let's start with the game, guys. Which right now, what is the line, Spencer?
The line is -1.5 for the Philadelphia Eagles. It's a pick 'em. They're both -110 for the Eagles or the Chiefs. Eagles are -125 on the money line.
What's the over?
Over under is 51.
Terry Foster,
Yes, sir.
on this Friday, we've made it apparent you will be in that comfy new recliner in the basement,
Big
sipping on
TV.
some beers, because beers is what you drink for football. Which side
Hell
are
yeah.
you leaning to? Do you have a favorite?
I'm leaning toward Philadelphia because of the running game. Philadelphia, to me, is what the Lions are trying to be. Very good defense, run the football, but the only difference is Jalen Hurts and Jared Goff are different quarterbacks from the standpoint. Hurts is going to run, Jared Goff is not. But running game, defense. It's old, it's stale, and I'm going to use this other, boring. But it's the best thing for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think the Eagles are trying to be what the Lions, or what the Eagles are what the Lions hope to be someday.
And on that point, Terry, if you're going with that, isn't it the fact that Hurts is just as much of a running threat as Miles Sanders and everything else? Because usually don't we see with the team, and let me use for an example, the Raiders or maybe Tennessee, who have Josh Jacobs and Derrick Henry, which are known as bell cow running backs. If it doesn't go well or that team gets behind, right, they're sort of hamstrung, right? Offensively, with the running game, like once the running game shuts down, but that's not the case with Philly.
Well,
They
the
find a way.
danger for Kansas City with Philly is when Jalen Hurts is looking over the field, the DBs they got their back to the quarterback. Then that's when he can take off and really hurt you with his legs. And if he's gaining 15, 20 yards, it's almost like a pass play, but they're doing it on the ground. So that's what makes him very, very dangerous. Now, on the flip side, here's what makes Kansas City very dangerous. Their defense is very good, too. Maybe Philly can't run against them. We'll find that out. But the danger with with Kansas City is Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey. That could be the top pass catch combo in NFL history. Not just today, but forever. It could be.
Now, this brings up an interesting point, right? Because we can all agree, and obviously Vegas, and I look in the chat thread, I got, whether people are picking Philly or Kansas City, it's a one-score game. It's a close game. I guess my question would be, Terry, who do you trust, coaching-wise, to make the better adjustments? Because won't this game be like not only just adjustments, and we always hear about the halftime adjustments, not just that, but what I see in this game more so with the Jalen Hurts, but with Patrick Mahomes, is pre-snap. Is how much have we heard more so breakdown about trying to get him to think we're in this look and he's not in that look. How much to this game will the cerebral part, not just the football being played, ran, passed, tackled, stuff like this, but all that intricacies play into this game behind the scenes? Right.
First of all, I'm in the minority on this. I think halftime adjustments are overrated.
Okay.
They don't really happen. Sometimes a team is motivated. Sometimes a team is shown you're not playing up to your potential. Get your ass together. So that's the halftime adjustment, getting cussed out. With that said, Andy Reid has got the experience. It should be him. He's been in Super Bowls before. He's taken 2 teams to the Super Bowl. You would think Andy Reid would be the guy that, if it's a tight game and something is going wrong, that he would figure it out better than Sirianni.
Well, and I'm not hearing, to Terry's point about that, we all know the experience of Andy Reid, but no one's talking about maybe the inexperience of Nick Sirianni, are they? Right? And what is this, his second year?
Yeah, and sometimes people choke in the big moment. I mean, this is a type of game that Sirianni has never coached in. The Super Bowl is so different. It's not a normal football game. You play for a few plays and then you sit. You play for a few games and then you sit again. And maybe that's when Andy Reid will be making the adjustments, at least early, and Sirianni will be thinking, man, we get to rest for a little bit. But now you better be working every minute of those breaks. So I don't know how he's going to adjust to that. But I would think Andy Reid has been there, done that he'll be able to handle it better.
Spenny, I don't know if you're saving your picks for your heavyweights tonight, but if you are, I don't want you to pick right now. But
that's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But how do you see this game going?
I got the Eagles, and I got the Eagles by about a touchdown, maybe more. I just think they're the better team. If you take the quarterbacks out of the situation, you take Patrick Mahomes, you take Jalen Hurts, the Eagles have a far superior roster. It's littered with talents, littered with Pro Bowlers, and yeah, Travis Kelce. I did the power rankings of players in the Super Bowl. And I did have 1, 2, and 3 as Kansas City Chiefs. It was Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones. But then 4 through 8 were all Eagles players. So I just think that the Eagles are loaded. This is their year. They're going to grind it out. And if it's me, I said this yesterday kind of jokingly, but I'm putting 2 people heads up on Travis Kelce the entire game. You're not going to beat me with Travis Kelce. You got to beat me with somebody else. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Eagles.
No, that's good. I'll go over to you, Sam, even though I know which way you're going to go. But how much, let the people know, because you're
tell us how bad the Eagles are.
Are you not? Are you hanging on? Is this more important than J.J. McCarthy and Michigan beating Ohio State to you?
Ooh,
no.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
But as far as, this is a big deal for me because Patrick Mahomes is my favorite NFL player, even above Aiden Hutchinson or anyone on the Lions. I know a lot of people aren't going to want to hear that, but that's just my prerogative. I have a lot of respect for the Philadelphia Eagles. They have 4 players on their team with at least 10 sacks, at least 11 sacks. That is unbelievable. A running game that is basically 4 deep with Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, and Jalen Hurts. They have a number 1 wide receiver in A.J. Brown, the best offensive line in the NFL. And a secondary with Bradbury and C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Darius Slay. They are loaded. But Kansas City, they've got a pretty damn good roster too, and they have the single best quarterback in a vacuum that I've ever seen play NFL football, and he elevates his game in the playoffs. They've got Travis Kelce, who, as Terry said, when it's all said and done, they might go down as the Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce duo, the greatest pass-catching duo ever. Travis Kelce is second to Jerry Rice in postseason receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. They've got an offensive line that's been revamped after that disastrous Super Bowl where both their tackles were out. Creed Humphrey's one of the best centers in the league. Orlando Brown's a damn good tackle. They have a good offensive line. So to me, and also, a lot of people don't want to talk about it. Jalen Hurts did not look right in the NFC Championship game. He didn't have to do really a whole lot of anything. They had the easiest path to the Super Bowl probably ever, and I'm not sure if he's healthy. So to me, the Patrick Mahomes factor, along with the fact that I didn't even mention their defense, Chris Jones to me is the single greatest game-wrecking defensive tackle we have in the game right now. Frank Clark is 3rd all-time in postseason sacks. And then to their secondary, I think L'Jarius Sneed is going to come back. They've had a couple rookies really step up, in Watson and Trent McDuffie. So to me, Kansas City's roster is pretty loaded too. Isaiah Pacheco, another rookie who's taken their running game to another level, although it didn't look great against Cincinnati. I think Kansas City will win, and a lot of it will have to do with the fact that Patrick Mahomes, I do believe he's going to go God mode this game. I don't think that Jalen Hurts is capable
of... You call God mode on
God
mode.
I think Jalen Hurts is still a little bit banged up. I think the shoulder's bothering him. I don't think he can get to a level that even compares to Patrick Mahomes. So the Patrick Mahomes factor...
He doesn't have to.
I understand that. I get it.
And do we know Patrick Mahomes is 100%?
I think both can we agree. So we know you're going to take case. What kind of scoring game do you think it's going to be? 51's the over under.
I would probably go I would say slightly over. I think it's going to be something like Kansas City 31, Philadelphia 24.
Now,
Something
to the
like
point about both quarterbacks aren't 100%. Can we agree with that? Mm-hmm. Both quarterbacks are dealing with, and one's dealing with a shoulder, one's dealing with the ankle, right? But those are facts. I do too think it's one of those games. You know, the question that I ask, right, is who is it more important to get out ahead, or that can't come back? And to your point, if Kansas City gets behind a couple scores, I'd have the confidence in Mahomes to bring them back. As far as Hurts having to air it out, from what we'd seen, the long ball didn't look as equivalent. But I'm on board with Terry and Spenny. I think that the two-headed monster from the quarterback and the running game and this offensive line, bing, bang, boom. Terry, when you said that this is what the Lions are trying to be, right, offensively, right, with all these weapons, you look at Philadelphia and they don't have that quarterback like that. So the Hurts mobility, running ability, that's where you get it out of your Swifts and your Amon-Ra St. Browns.
And let's look at the quarterback situation. A lot of people are happy with Jared Goff. There's still a lot of people not happy with him. Got to get a quarterback. You got to get a quarterback. Well, Jalen Hurts, before this season began, was maligned.
He was
told that's the wrong guy for this team. Can't really do it. And now he's in the Super Bowl. So this is a huge game for him. But I will answer this question. Who needs this game more? I would say Kansas City and Andy Reid. And Patrick Mahomes need this. They need this game more, because remember a couple years ago, Patrick Mahomes, it was Tom Brady was supposed to pass the torch to him. He was supposed to get a second Super Bowl then against Tampa. It didn't happen, and so now he's in the Super Bowl again and loses it. He can't do that. I think Kansas City needs this more than Philadelphia.
Well, yeah, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. How big would that be for their legacies? Then you can start talking about Andy Reid as a no-doubt top 10 coach of all time, maybe even top 5, along with his offensive innovations and 2 Super Bowl wins. And Patrick Mahomes, if they win this Super Bowl and Patrick Mahomes is the Super Bowl MVP, you're talking about Patrick Mahomes as the greatest 5-year start to an NFL career ever. No doubt about it. And already you can talk about him as a top 5 quarterback if he were to retire after top 5 quarterback of all time if he were to retire after this game. So a lot's on the line. If the Chiefs lose, Patrick Mahomes is still the best in the game. Andy Reid is still a no doubt Hall of Fame coach. But the conversations we can have about Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes if they win, I would give anything to have those conversations. I'd be the happiest man alive on Monday.
You're going to try to give
everything.
Dude, I think we can all agree around here that Kansas City needs this more than Philly. I think Philly's more set up because of, and I'd have to go to Neil, but because of their cap situation, their contracts and stuff like this, that they're going to be back. This ain't the last. Kansas City's got some decisions to make. We obviously saw it start to unravel last year when they lost, the Cheetah and Tyreek Hill and stuff. So, and you're right, Sam. The conversations that it opens up is rarefied air for sure. So,
is anybody going to really rip Philadelphia if they lose? No. Except for people in Philly because they're crazy. No, because you got a young coach. You got Jalen Hurts, who you didn't think could do this in the first place, and this is a team that we make fun of before this season. Oh, they're in that mediocre division with Dallas and the New York Giants. Everybody's going to finish 8-7 again and blah, 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 blah. But I tell you one guy I'm happy for. Darius Slay. Darius Slay is a guy that was kicked out of the Lions' den because he cared too much. And then you had Quintricia saying, well, the reason we got rid of him is because he didn't fit the culture there. That's not true. Darius Slay didn't fit Quintricia's bullshit. That's what he didn't fit.
Absolutely. And you know what? I guarantee when he goes to bed every night, he thanks his stars that he's true to himself in the positions he's in. And by the little side note, right? Jennifer Slay makes some of the greatest jambalaya in the world. factual.
Factual.
You know what else is factual? If you come to Lady Jane's for award-winning haircut experience, you can register. Yes, you can register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment of your dream home, $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Downtown Detroit is all decked out this season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has a giant slide, winter bumper cars, and an indoor arcade. Plus, you can grab drinks at the Lodge before or after Red Wings or Pistons home games. Shop, eat, and play downtown with Decked Out Detroit, or check them out at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Welcome back, Big D Energy flying around on this Big Game Friday. Almost got me, T. I guess I could have said it, but you know, whatever.
Sorry.
That's so. Is that the biggest joke?
It is.
You find that the biggest joke that you can't?
It is the biggest joke, but we live in a society where I understand it. People pay millions of dollars to be associated with the Super Bowl, and they don't want just any old Tom, Dick, and Harry to be able to latch onto that. So yeah, it is a big joke that you got to call it the big game if you're trying to sell something, but I sort of understand it. We can say Super Bowl.
Okay.
We can say it.
Hey, you know what? I follow my
You're not
guy's
gonna
lead
get
here.
sued.
He's a legend. So, one of my favorite, going through the list of things that you love the most about the Super Bowl are the props, right? The prop bets. I mean, some people are old school, right? Old school where they like to bet, you know, just the sides or, you know, who's going to win straight up or the over-under, stuff like this. But the prop bets. And the Super Bowl, does it not have some of the greatest prop bets? Different prop bets from what's the color, some of my favorite, what's the color of the Gatorade? It's going to be, you know, poured on the coach for the winning team. You know, just to the simple things as the coin toss, right? What's the coin toss going to be? The big one that I heard as of yesterday, the most bet on one in Vegas, was would the opening kickoff be a touchback or not? Right? So there's certain simple ones down to the ones we know about player props, but I asked Spenmo Racks to put a little bit of a list together. And I know I'm going to start it out because we always start what starts the game off.
Yep.
The anthem.
The anthem.
The anthem. And the anthem being sung by country superstar Chris Stapleton, correct?
Correct.
Now, if you know Chris Stapleton's got a deep voice, big fan of his. The over-under, 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Now, before...
Well, there's another prop bet. What color hat is he going to wear?
Yeah.
What's to stop Chris Stapleton from saying, I'm wearing a red hat, and putting $10 million on that?
I still don't know the answer to that question or many other questions like that. But Spenny, I'll let you roll. Is there so do you have the hat question up there?
I don't have the hat question, but I do have the length, and it's changed a little bit.
Oh, it has.
Right now, the line's moving.
Whoa.
We got 124.5 total seconds.
Which is 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
2 minutes and 4 seconds is the over-under. The over is minus 182. The under is plus 135.
Wow.
Now, if you get a black female singing, I always go the over. Because there's going to be a... All
right, real quick. Over-under Chris Stapleton. 124 seconds.
He'll go under.
I say under.
I'm going to go under as well. I mean, he's obviously got a big voice, and that sometimes lends to going over, but he's also kind of a humble star. He's never really enjoyed the spotlight. So I'm going to say he's just going to sing it straight through.
Wants to see the game.
Yes.
See, don't delay it because of me.
I'm going over.
Ooh, you're going over.
All right, lose
That's
your money.
the time. All right, what else you got, Spen?
All right, you talked about it. We'll go from the beginning to the end. Now the color of the Gatorade poured on the winning coach. Best odds are yellow/green for plus 165. You've got orange at plus 300, blue at plus 400, red or pink at plus 450, clear or water at plus 750, purple at plus 750, and none at plus 1200.
Yeah, that last one you might be throwing your money with.
Yes.
But if it were me, there's no way I'm throwing water on my coach. I want his shirt to be as stained as possible. I'm gonna go red.
Red and pink plus 450.
Well, I think that first off, let's break this down, right? If you would go that the red team or the Kansas City Chiefs would win, would they douse? And Sam, history, what color did they douse Andy Reid last time?
I believe it was red.
Okay, so I'm going to take your word for it, right? But I believe it would be red too. Now, on the opposite side, Philadelphia wins. I don't think it would be red. I would think it would be more green, yellow, lime, which would be the favorite. But I wouldn't bet that. I go off the board and bet 750 and bet the purple.
Let's go. Purple for 750.
Let's go.
I like it.
All right.
Flannel?
I like it.
It's going to be red, no doubt, because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be victorious, and they're going to want to dump red Gatorade on the team with red jerseys on the coach that's nickname is literally Big Red. Can't beat it.
This
red,
guy won't
no
stop.
doubt.
Can't stop him.
If Flannel's point of view, he's got the right idea of you pick the team you think is going to win and base it off that. And so if you're picking Chiefs, you got to pick orange. Because orange is Patrick Mahomes' favorite flavor of Gatorade.
Oh, and what's that at?
That is at plus 300, second best odds.
Okay, I see.
Well, see, he's got inside information.
Yep.
In the A, I got Apollo says green, Alicia says blue. I got Travis says blue, Paul green, white raspberry, plus 450. Terry, Jack Harrington's with you. Tony says green. All this stuff, it looks like whatever leprechauns. All right, what's next, Benny?
All right, next we have the thing that comes right after the singing of the national anthem. We have the coin toss. This is always one of the most bet on prop bets in the Super Bowl. And it's even money. Plus 100, plus 100. Heads or tails?
As well it should be.
Are you a head guy or a tail guy, Terry?
The last few coin tosses I've seen have all been tails. So I'm gonna go opposite. It's gonna be heads. I've seen a lot of tails. How about this? I've seen a lot of tail recently, so I'm gonna go heads.
Oh,
Okay. So I think it just comes down to personal preference, doesn't it? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to go tail. I like tails more than head.
I'll go heads, and for no reason. There's no real analytical analysis I can give of this. Heads.
Yeah, technically, when we decide this, two of us should say heads and two should say tails.
Yeah.
I'm going to use analytical evidence
Hell
because
yeah.
it's not a 50-50 shot. Because the head side of the coin is heavier than the tail side, so that normally ends up down. That's why tails never fails. I'm going tails. Put $1 million on it.
I like it. I like
Damn.
it.
Million.
Benny Alex said he sold on the orange Gatorade.
Orange,
so there you go.
I'm telling you, it's Patrick Mahomes' favorite flavor.
I love it.
All right, next up, this one, I like this one. This is a pretty good one. How many total punts will they be? This is for both teams. FanDuel Sportsbook has it set at 6.5. Over 6.5 punts is minus 150. Under 6.5 punts is plus 116.
I'm gonna go under because teams in the NFL don't punt anymore. You either take the ball away, they go for it on fourth down, they'll try to kick a 60-yard field goal. So I'm gonna go under.
You know what? Terry brings up a great point. Keep an eye on that stat, because that stat's going to change to fourth down. Right? How many fourth downs are going to be in the game? Not now, but right, because Terry, and you look at Kansas City and you look at Philly, I expect them to go for it at 4th and 2.
Yep.
Right? Depending.
And guess what?
you're- Right?
Next year, that prop bet's going to be at 5.5. I bet you.
But I'm saying it's going to be 4th downs.
Right.
Right. So how many 4th down? It'd be like 9, whatever. I'm going to go under. I think to Terry's point is that they'll be in positions to punt, but both teams will go for it at least once.
Yeah, I'm going to go under as well. Terry, you brought up a great point about the 4th downs. If it's the Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid has implicit trust in Patrick Mahomes. And if it's the Philadelphia Eagles, if Jalen Hurts is sneaking on a 4th and 1 with somebody pushing him in the back, it's pretty much impossible to stop. And I think that it's going to be a game where the winning team gets in the 30s and the losing team gets in the 20s. Give me the under on this game.
Do you really think the defenses can shut down these offenses?
Nope.
No.
Even if they don't score, they're going to move into the plus territory. And so then they'll probably go for it.
Yep.
Or kick an impossible field goal.
I'm also going to go under. I think the two high-scoring teams in the NFL, high-touted offenses, they're not going to punt very much. This one, though, this is going to be my lock of the Super Bowl.
Oh, I can't wait
The Spenmo Racks. The babyface Spenmo Racks Super Bowl lock prop bet of the weekend.
The babyface lock. I can't believe it's plus money. Philadelphia Eagles over 1.5 rushing touchdowns plus 150. Hammer that. 2 rushing touchdowns for that offense. Gonna happen 1,000%.
I can't argue with that. I mean, they should have made it 2.5.
Getting plus money for that is crazy.
Right. I gotta see. That's where your point is. Getting plus money plus 1.5 because what is when you look at it? What's the prop for Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown?
That is true.
Right. That's what is that? Probably 600.
Yep.
Right.
But if it's the under for Philly, they're gonna get their asses kicked.
So you're thinking Sanders and whatever, and how are they gonna score? And you break the game down that their offense, and you look at what they did to San Francisco. Right, and they weren't just punching it in from 1 yard, 2 yards. They're punching it in for 13, right? Which means that you're dominating that line, right? So, spending until I see a better one. I like that bet.
Yeah.
Sam?
That is a great lock. I agree. It's definitely going to be the over. As someone who's rooting heavily for the Chiefs, I obviously want it to be under, but the Philadelphia Eagles in the regular season scored an absurd 32 rushing touchdowns. That's how they get in the end zone. They have a great offensive line. Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders just have a nose for the end zone. And I don't think he's 100%. Jalen Hurts is 100% with his shoulder. Give me the over. They'll get 3 touchdowns. 2 of them are rushing.
All right. Sam, why don't you tell us about Chili Peppers Tanning?
Absolutely. Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. They'll beat all competitors by $5. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty lotions. 27 locations and more coming. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your vitamin T headquarters. It's Chili Peppers Tanning.
Chili Peppers Tan?
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Syntron is fashionable, functional, and fun. Check out their new stylish brand designs with the unique crown and the cool bottle designs. Syntron is with you for all of life's most memorable moments. Whether it's clinching a playoff win, closing the big deal, or a fun night out, Syntron is made for celebrations. Buy online at drinksyntron.com, and it's also available on Amazon. Follow on socials at Syntron World to join the Syntron lifestyle for hockey games to concerts and also charity events. Make sure you get some Syntron. You can drink it, live it with Syntron. Now let me tell you guys about the Monroe Street Midway, because the Monroe Street Midway is back and they've swapped out roller skating, basketball, and mini golf for a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars, and indoor arcade and puck putt. With free entry to the site, enjoy a variety of activities aimed at creating exceptional winter experiences for everyone. Get to the Midway this winter to enjoy tasty treats while making magical memories after the holiday season. Those tasty treats include, but are not limited to, burgers, pierogies, homemade chili, chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites, plus gluten-free and vegan goodies so everyone has something to eat. Check out all of the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com, and make sure you go downtown and check out the Monroe Street Midway presented by Bedrock Detroit.
Big D Energy here on a Friday. Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Flannel Sam, Spenmo Rax, the Babyface Seal version. There we go. I see a lot of people in the chat thread. They like the Russian. They like Pacheco. Your guys,
Anytime
Sam,
Pacheco
plus 140 rushing touchdown. I see a lot of people thinking Patrick Mahomes will air out 2 passing touchdowns. What's Patrick Mahomes' 2 passing touchdowns? Would be the equivalent, or what's the bet? Did you see a bet on the other side of the Kansas City, or Sam, did you have something that you liked on your side? Travis Kelce, anytime score, different things like that. That's probably on that side. Would be the equivalent, which was probably not the highest of odds, because you would expect everything, like you said, when you have 2 of the greatest combination in history. But is there any on your side of the ball prop bets that you like?
Go ahead, Spenny.
I was just going to say, Travis Kelce to score 2+ touchdowns is plus 460. That's a good return, and he's going to be targeted a lot if they get done with
Yeah, but that's 2, and that's like, if we're talking about here that didn't you tell me that you're going to double him? Even though, they play a lot of zone and stuff like this, but you got to limit them. Right, so you're going to limit them in the red zone and stuff like that. I'm sure that anybody but Kelce beats us, right?
Yeah, but Kelce plays a game where it's like, man, kiss my ass, get off of me. I'm still going to catch this ball. I don't care if you double team or whatever.
Terry, let's talk Travis Kelce right now a little bit. Like, how good is he? Deserve all the flowers he gets? Is he that good of a tight end that you've seen play in this league?
He does. For years, were trying to decide who's better, Kelce or Kittle with San Francisco. I thought they were both dynamic in the way that they played the game.
I thought they were the same person for a long time.
They probably were. But then it just seemed like Kelce just became that guy. Maybe because Kansas City is winning more, or I noticed it more, saw him play a little bit more. But I love George Kittle as a tight end too. But Kelce, man, he's strong too. It's like sometimes we have a saying, he's open even when he's covered. Kelce is one of those guys. Even if he's covered, he's open. Because if you get the ball a little bit high or a little bit to the left or the right, wherever he's leveraged, he's going to catch that ball.
Is it as simple as asking this question? Like, for Kansas City to win the game, Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelce has to be the MVP.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
It's bottom line, right?
And isn't that bottom line? Like, yeah. But on the other side with Philly, could be this guy, it could be Jalen Hurts, or maybe it could be A.J. Brown with some big catch, or it could be Miles Sanders that runs for 160. Yep. It could be a defensive play. Do we not look at this that everything for Kansas City to be successful has to go through Kelce? And is that because, and here's the one thing I wanted to bring up when you were bringing up Jalen Hurts' injury, right?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, I don't feel, is the person that I'm worried about if I'm Kansas City, because he's had this time off, because they've proven what they could do on a short time with his ankle. It's only going to help. I know that ankle sprain. It's the wide receivers. We're not talking about all his wide receivers that went down, right? So we are talking as if he's got no wide receivers, which we don't know how healthy his receiving core will be. So apparently it's these two guys that got to carry them to the promised land. And Chris Jones and Frank Clark have to be a menace.
Sure.
Right? So maybe outside it could be one of them, but do we not know the sure path that it's got to be Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey?
You know what? I'm assuming he's going to be healthy, because everybody in the NFL is going out of their way to say, we don't shoot guys up to help them play. Yes, you do.
Wait, what?
Shoot them up. Give them a little shot to get rid of the pain.
Painkillers.
That kind of shot.
It's called Toradol, and it works.
Right.
It works. It rubs off after a while. I'll tell you this, though. And it's true. I mean, it's as far as that can get you about a 3-4 hour window of not feeling pain. But I'll tell you, when that stuff wears off, all that pain that you were supposed to feel comes back in. But yeah, guys will go to any, and especially at this level. So yes, I expect all of them, but how healthy are they, right? Because here's the thing: you can put the car back out on the road until it gets dinged again. How much can they suffer? Like, how much has that injury actually healed?
And plus, this is the end of the road. It doesn't matter how you feel Monday. It doesn't matter how you feel Tuesday. Just as long as you can get through that 4. I'm sorry, Darren. It's like 6 hours on Saturday because the game lasts so damn long. If you can get through that 4 to 6 hour window, you good. We don't care about you after that. Just get through this Sunday.
Right. So to that though, Terry, does that give Kansas City, do you think, an advantage with Andy Reid, but the tempo of the game? The tempo, and not the tempo, but the fact that you were explaining yesterday and got into a little bit today, that at the Super Bowl they play and then there's like triple timeout, right? Because they do something and then they come back and play and it takes 6 hours to play. Does that play into your opinion?
It does. And you know what? The game is so long and drawn out and slowed down that if Michigan played TCU in the Super Bowl, Michigan could actually win.
There you go, Sam.
Well, thank you for the most
It must be the chair. It must be the chair. We got Neil coming through with Terry on factual right there. But do you think that plays into your hands, Sam? Are you happy, like a slower game for your team in this situation? Do you think you have an advantage?
I don't know if there's an advantage or if it matters too much. The thing about the Kansas City Chiefs with their core, with Patrick Mahomes, with Chris Jones, with Travis Kelce, with Andy Reid, Bill Parcells once said when the New York Giants won the Super Bowl in '86, nobody can ever tell you that you couldn't do it. They can't say that about the Kansas City Chiefs because they have done it. They did it in 2019. They won a Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes already has a Super Bowl MVP. They will be prepared. And the one thing that Patrick Mahomes is kind of missing from his resume right now is an all-time great Super Bowl. And the one that they won, he wasn't very good for the first 3 quarters, but he had 2 touchdown passes in a fourth quarter where they scored 21 points and came back to win. So, to me, I think the experience, the fact that Andy Reid is one of the best coaches ever, I'm not too worried about the pacing, whether it helps or hurts. I just think it's going to be more of 2 teams that are relatively healthy, that are 2 of the best in the league, going at it. Let's see who plays their best. And I think the Patrick Mahomes factor and the Travis Kelce factor is what will ultimately be the determining factor of what puts them over the top.
Sam, does this stat that no NFL MVP, they've lost 9 straight Super Bowls, no MVP has won a Super Bowl since back in 1999, Kurt Warner, does that stat scare you?
I want to say that it's the most meaningless stat ever, but 9 in a row, that's something. But when the Chiefs lost that Super Bowl, that disaster, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Patrick Mahomes did not win the MVP that year. So I'm not. Aaron Rodgers did. I'm not super. That means nothing to me. I think that Patrick Mahomes, it's just, does he play well or doesn't he? He's been the best quarterback in the league all season. He's the best quarterback of this generation by far. I trust him implicitly. I don't really care about that sort of superstitious stuff. Although 9 in a row, that is pretty alarming.
It is. Does it? Do you play anything into you, Spenny, as far as the length of the game? Do you think it gives either team any advantage, bigger than not, or?
Not really. I think both of these teams can score at will. So the Eagles are more of a grinded out team, obviously, with their running game, but still, I don't think that plays too much.
No, it can't. It can't. It
So
can't. All right,
Philly,
when we come back.
I don't think it's an advance, but Philly wants to play an hour and 45-minute game and go home. They can't do that Sunday.
Well, they do that because they like to keep the clock running, right? Running the ball. They won't do. We'll see what happens. When we come back, we're going to get into more Super Bowl stuff like commercials, and I got to know what you're eating because I got to know if that's something that I want to try. But first, wherever you're watching, it needs protection. So let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7, 365 professional monitoring. Anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it is needed, but I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care, whether it's your business or whether it's your personal, just like Sam Flannel and this flannel protection. How many straight days of flannel protection?
211.
211 straight days of flannel protection by Guardian Alarm. You can have that customized service too, but I need to call the number today. 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of the end zone this Sunday, Jalen Hurts.
Not going to happen. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big Super Party. Wait, we can't say Super. We really can't say come join us at our Super Party on Sunday, February 12th. From the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports Super Party, well, our Super Party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season. Enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in Downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo. What about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. They have the Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. Stop by your local Big Boy today and satisfy those taste buds.
Big D Energy back here on a Friday. Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Flannel Sam, Spenmo Rax. Give him a look, Spenny, for the ones who haven't seen it yet. Look at our baby boy getting ready for the Super Bowl. Now, there's a lot of reasons I wanted to pull that face up right there, because you're going to put the feed bag on Sunday, aren't you, son?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's going to be some eating done. This Super Bowl, as you see all, the news reports and stuff like this, Terry, this many billion chicken wings are going to be eaten, this many pizzas and this and that and this.
You go to the grocery store today, you can't buy chicken wings.
You can't, or
you cannot. They're gone.
Oh,
at least in my store,
because they're
all gone.
unavailable, not because you're not allowed.
No, you should have bought them a week or two ago.
The busiest chicken wing week of the year. I love it.
Probably top 3 for pizza, I would imagine, because Halloween is number 1. and then Super Bowl's got to be 2.
Well,
3.
we all, it's and speaking of chicken wings, somebody says they don't want to go to Easy's Super Bowl party because they'll be serving Taco Bell chicken wings, dollar wings, no value in that.
He's not.
But we all know the pizzas. We talked about it yesterday. The pizzas, the chicken wings. Spenny's likes the piggies in the blanket and stuff. What are some of the ones out there, or maybe some you've come across that was like, I didn't know this was a Super Bowl food, right? But I'm all for it, right? Like, so we all know, like, the dips are a big thing, right?
Yes.
Plates, dips, nachos, 7-layer, all this stuff.
You're a 7-layer guy.
Buffalo chicken. You're a big 7-layer guy, Terry?
No, you are.
I'm a big 7. Yeah, I cook. Yeah, no, I got excited. I thought we were connected.
No, I love it. I just don't make it.
No, that's okay.
But I think it's great.
No, that's it. I'm gonna put my world famous together one day and bring it in for the fellas. But what are some of the things that we're missing out on?
Better. What?
What are some of the things, like maybe we're missing out on, that some people have seen or some people have had now? Right? Finger food's obviously easy. We talked about it because you don't want to make a mess. Obviously, paper plates and trash and all that stuff always goes into it, and because you're always paying different attention depending on where you are. But what I guess is a must-to or a go-to.
Yeah.
I was going to start here. Wyatt Byer, he is the MVP of the chat today.
Yes.
The King's Hawaiian sliders. You ever done the King's Hawaiian where you take the King's Hawaiian, you cut the tops off, you put all the meat or chicken or whatever you want, you put it on, you broil it for, you put it in the broiler, stuff like that. The easiest way to do them. That's something that I was unaware of until a few years previous, but I was like, oh, dude, that looks like a staple.
Yeah.
I'll go to you, Spenny, as the resident feedback guy.
That is one of them. The King's Hawaiian, I had the ham and Swiss ones last year during the Super Bowl. Are very good. Not Swiss Insurance, ham and Swiss actually this time. But another one is you need a crock pot full of meatballs.
Crock pot
full of meatballs. There's got to be some barbecues. My friend puts like jelly, like grape jelly, in his the barbecue meatball pot, and it's really good. So yeah, you got to get a crock pot full of meatballs.
Right. I love the meatballs with the gravy, or is the Swiss.
Yeah, Swedish.
Yeah, the Swedish meatballs. Yeah. Now the Swedish, that's the kind of sweet ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are great too. But my favorite thing is, I'm just a wing guy, but I like honey barbecue, or the one thing that I've discovered is bourbon barbecue.
Ooh.
Chicken wings. Those are great.
And I see a lot of this, like C.J. Snyder, bacon wrapped stuffed chicken breast, Philip C. Curry meatballs, Steve Brown, and I've seen this a lot of time, buffalo chicken dip is his staple and stuff like that. Dabber, queso, 2 bricks, a lot of sausage, a lot of stuff, a lot of dipping stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I guess the question is what you like to put in it, right? For me, just don't put the olives around me and we're all good. I'll eat the rest of everything else. But all this Dabber says grape jelly meatballs is a classic, Spencer.
Yeah.
That's something that I haven't tried, but it sounds like, so to this point, Sam, is there something, and you mentioned pizza yesterday.
Yes.
But is there something that you've come across in your journeys? Because it seems to me that the crock pot is one of the major necessities for Super Bowl.
Oh, for sure.
Right? One of the tools.
Or crock pots.
Crock pots.
Yes. You need variety.
What have you come across in your journeys?
I think the chat is going to roast me for this one, because I'm just going to say what I'm going to be having this Sunday, because it's a little, I think it's great, but some people might find it strange. I am going to get Chicago-style pizza from Uno, because I know I'm in Detroit, but I love Chicago-style pizza, and I'm going to get a big 2-liter of Coca-Cola and just pour in a bunch of grenadine, shake it all up. That is my Super Bowl dinner, because I'm a goddamn renegade, and I love it.
Now, young man,
God bless you, Sam Flannel. God, don't ever change. No, wait. Grenadine doesn't have alcohol in it, does it?
No, it's just cherry juice, basically.
It's basically cherry juice.
So you're like a hopped up cherry Coke?
Yes.
But more natural, like you're making it, like you're sifting it from the ground.
Or what Flannel normally drinks, and he's too ashamed to say it, he just puts grenadine in like a lemon lime juice or 7-Up, and that's a Shirley Temple.
Oh yeah,
Shirley Temples are good.
Shirley Temples slap.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like it. You even expanded the deep dish and a 2-liter. A 2-liter stuff like that. So crock pots, right? So when you walk into a party or like, and that's the whole thing. What is the tradition? Right? Like, what is the one thing or the tradition that you find to certain different places?
You know what used to be a tradition? I don't see it as much. The good old fashioned, now chicken wing, we're going back to the chicken wings, but the chicken wings where you just put egg wash on them, dip them in flour, and just fry them. No sauce, no nothing, just fried chicken wings. And what you do is you get out the can, or the can with the bottle of Frank's hot sauce, and just put a little hot sauce on it and eat those. Those are great.
Terry, in when I was in East Lansing for a couple Super Bowls, we get the trays of the whole wings from Eastside Fish Fry.
Right.
That's my favorite chicken wing I've ever had in my life. They got the crack, they call it crack sauce that you put on top of them and shake them up. And I'm a whole wing guy. I don't want to, if I got to do wing dings, I prefer flats, but give me the whole wing. I want it all.
A man that knows what he wants. You know, big fan of keeping it. There's a lot of simple ways to do that. Rake says, Spenny, you ever have grenadine in your Corona? It's great. Have you ever tried that?
I have not.
Okay, well, there you go.
Corona Rita.
Apollo. Jalapeno poppers. Big fan. Which leads me back to what is one of the major staples I think that we overlook to a lot of things, cream cheese. Cream cheese is a huge staple.
Cream cheese
with the dips and everything else. And I know that for my 7-layer dip that it's big. There's so many things to do. So Spenny, you're a whole wing guy more than a boneless wing. But but is there really that debate, Terry?
Yeah, it is.
But isn't boneless wings more so for the cleanliness or for?
No, they're still nasty. I mean, you got to pick them up and put them in your mouth.
But aren't they? But you can use a fork with those.
Yeah, I guess.
Right?
But,
like, isn't that all it is for the cleanliness?
Those are not even wings. That's chicken breast with way too much breading on them. What you do is you take a chicken breast, you put like a ton of breading on it and deep fry it. The chicken wing is more natural.
Yeah.
You get better flavor. And you know what? You gotta wrestle with something or something. Super Bowl Sunday's not supposed to be easy. You're supposed to fight with something on Super Bowl Sunday. It's better to fight with the wing than to fight with your guests.
Bone-in wings are far superior than boneless wings.
Hey, Eric Burrows says my family hates it, but I do frog legs on Super Bowl.
I like frog legs.
I like frog legs.
Yeah. I've never had them.
You've never had frog legs?
No.
They're good. Ooh. They taste like chicken.
Taste like chicken.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah.
Jalapeno poppers. Yeah, see, a lot of dips. Homemade spinach artichoke dip. I think it's because it's the easiest. And isn't it like the pizzas and the chicken wings and all that, the dips and stuff like that? Because, Terry, it's an event. Like, what time what time will your Super Bowl festivities begin tomorrow? And I know it's different because you're not going anywhere, but you're going to sit down for the pregame show
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Spenny?
Yeah, probably.
Well, you'll be over at your mom's, or you'll be over at one of your family members pre-gaming somewhere before you go to work. But like again, maybe some people start around 3, but 2, it's a little later of a start. But you got the duration. What time Super Bowl? What time are the streamers, the confetti, the trophy being handed out? 11?
11:30? Yeah.
11:07.
11:07. 11:07. What time will you put that? How does your day begin? Do you mix the grenadine with the Coke and put it in the fridge? And then what time do you call for your deep dish? Or did you have to pre-order last week?
I mean, when I wake up, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the America's Game documentary about the 2019 Kansas City Chiefs just to get me feeling good in the mood. The whole day is just going to be me being nervous and excited about this game. I'll probably eat a bunch of food before, and dinner probably like 4 or 5. I will say this, and I think this is a prop bet worth taking. I will eat more calories on Super Bowl Sunday than Spencer Raxter. Guaranteed.
Oh man, that's pretty tight. Can I give you a little piece of advice, young man?
Yes.
You know, your pizza at some point is going to get cold.
Sure.
Don't put it in the microwave. Air fry that sucker.
Yeah.
When you heat it up, much better. And it's almost like they just pulled it out the oven the first time. When you microwave, it gets all soggy.
And I got a buffet that we got flannel.
Oh, that's right, the Flight Club.
Yeah.
Do you got an air fryer?
I do. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was going to say, there you go. Sam
Yes.
Flannel, if you didn't get him a honeymoon present, he might need an air fryer. But the air fryer is the way to go. Along the frog lines, big play, Jay, alligator bites. You ever had alligator?
I've had that.
Great. I love alligator. That would be unbelievable. Frog legs taste like chicken marinated in mud, seaweed, and cattails. Okay, 9 drinks. Don't eat them. They're not for you. A lot of great ideas, a lot of great dips. Everybody seems to know, but everybody's got their sort of game plan, right? Game plan to what it is, to whether you're going to be a nerd and wake up in the morning and why you going to start your heart racing at watching the old stuff. I get why you watch the old stuff, but you're going to be a mess the whole day. And I'm going to be texting you the whole day.
I'll give you a new one that people haven't done, but we started doing this a couple years ago because the kids loved it so much, and my kids are adults now. Macaroni and cheese balls from Trader Joe's.
Okay.
They're great.
Trader Joe's.
It's
yeah.
it's a ball. Inside is this great macaroni and cheese, and you just pop it in. You don't have to have a dip. You can if you want, but you just pop them in your mouth and you're on your way. Yep. No fuss, no muss. You don't even need a napkin.
Me and my dad normally have briskets and gravy in the morning, like before the Super Bowl.
You do the breakfast. You
yeah.
all in.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Some people, it's a whole day experience.
Biscuits and gravy, some scrambled eggs, some bacon. It's great.
Next year,
to get the base down.
I tell you why. Because supposedly for my birthday's this weekend, I'm supposed to get a flat top grill.
Ooh, you are?
Yeah. So I'm going to make breakfast next year. Hash browns, pancakes, bacon, and scrambled eggs probably.
Well, that just changes up the options. Your options just explored. So
let's just start a little earlier.
Thanks for sharing a lot of what you guys got going on. It sounds delicious. Looks like everybody's going to be having a good time. When we come back, though, another part of the Super Bowl I want to talk about, and I mean, last year I guess I began to be part of it. What am I talking about? Oh, I'll let you know when we come back. But first, let me tell you about Custom House, because our man, Ryan Ermanni, just imagine he looks like that right now. But seriously, he's down about 15 pounds from Custom Health Centers. Get your customized approach to weight loss, just like Ryan Ermanni did. Think all the ways that weight affects your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Custom Health Centers has over 20,000 success stories. You know, guys like Ryan, also former Detroit Lions kicker Eddie Murray, and Rick Mahorn from the Bad Boy Pistons. So if you are about putting in the work and getting your health dialed in, give Dr. Jason a call at Custom Health Centers, 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Tell them Big D Energy, we sent you.
Woodward Sports loves sports, and we also love to party. Join us for the big Super Party. Wait, we can't say Super. We really can't say. Come join us at our Super Party on Sunday, February 12th, from the only place that can handle a Woodward Sports Super Party. Well, our Super Party will be at Flight Club on Michigan Avenue in Inkster. Join us for a live pregame show and watch party with the crew. Enjoy a halftime buffet, DJs, the Woodward Sports family, and more entertainment. You don't want to miss the big game with Woodward Sports. Get there early. This event will reach capacity. Come celebrate the Lions season and enjoy the final game of the year in style. See you Super Sunday at Flight Club. At least the party will be uncensored.
And the Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Matrix Home Solutions is your go-to for any home project. Looking for a new man cave? They are the basement remodel experts. They also specialize in bathrooms and kitchens, an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. Call 888-594-8844 or go to matrixhomesolutions.com.
D-Mac, I did find some Super Bowl.
You did? All right. Hey, get back here. Big D Energy on a Friday. Tuning in to D-Mac, T-Foss, Spenmo Racks, Flannel Sam. We're talking Super Bowl stuff and things that go around. One of my favorite, and I'll be honest, over the years, and it has diminished. Maybe up until last year, because if you ask me about things that I scratch my head about, but I'm grateful for and don't want anybody to talk about so that it changes. But we're talking about Super Bowl commercials, and yes, Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup hockey guy, is in a Super Bowl commercial. Shout out to my good friends and the people at the Bernstein Law Office. And
you're still not giving out money.
Call Sam. What's that?
You're still not giving out money.
Still not giving out money.
Right.
No, I gave enough out before. Absolutely. But to be on a Super Bowl commercial, when people ask me, next to Barry Sanders, Kirk Gibson, and this year, Rick Mahorn. So we will be part 2, second Super Bowl commercial. This look forward to it during the Super Bowl. It is funny. We have added some professional comedians in Jason and Randy Sklar, the Sklar brothers, who you'd be familiar of on, they used to do, Cheap Seats on ESPN Plus, where they'd watch, we all do, it's like Mystery Science Theater, for sports. So they're doing nosebleeds now
and
on Fight
Plus. And the
Plus.
thing is, people here are going to think it's a national commercial that you're being shown all over the
Terry,
nation.
You know what? And now you're here to not tell them that it's not. But you know what?
It's a national commercial.
I mean, why? Absolutely. I mean, maybe. You never know. But if I've seen it on your TV, why hasn't anybody seen it anyway? Anyways, it's not about me, although I'm grateful for it. And check that out next week. You'll let me know what you think of it. But what are some of the, which leads me to Super Bowl commercials? Are you a fan of Super Bowl commercials?
Yes, but not as much as I used to. And I think maybe it's because we're so used to them now that they're trying to outdo each other.
Sam, are you a fan of Super Bowl commercials?
It depends. I was a really big fan of that one many, many years ago, the Eminem one with Lose Yourself in the background. I think it was for GM, kind of talking about how people are judging Detroit before they haven't even been there. That one gave me chills. Still my favorite Super Bowl commercial ever.
Patty?
I like Super Bowl commercials. I think they're pretty good. Doritos always has some good ones.
Well, that leads me to my question. Right before I asked you what are your favorites, like over the years and stuff like that, and I agree, some are hit and miss. I can pretty much guarantee what it won't be. Probably a cryptocurrency or a Bitcoin or all those stuff last year. You remember last year where everybody's on their phone doing the QR code or whatever, and the people that did the commercial would spend that money on the commercial but not on the website because it crashed. But what are some of the odds, Spencer? Now, I wrote down, what is the first commercial you expect to see? I'm guessing categories are beer, like automotive vehicle, maybe internet, food, or something like that.
And chips.
What?
Chips.
Food, chips. How is it broken down? Because I'm sure it's something you can bet on.
Yeah, what I have here, they're which comes first, and they give you 2 options for each bet. So, like, which of these 2 commercials do you think gets played first? And the first one is avocados from Mexico and Hellman's. And avocados from Mexico is minus 450. Hellman's is plus 300.
Okay. So, but in saying that, right? A couple dollars on the plus money.
Yeah, throw it.
Right. What are some of the other ones?
You got Doritos versus M&M's.
Well, that sounds more like a heavyweight fight. Can you please? What are those odds?
That's Doritos is minus 150. M&M's is plus 115.
I tell you that the first one's going to be M&M's because M&M's has already set it up. I forget what's her name, Maya something. She's already doing these commercials, La and Ma, which are supposed to be M&M's, and she's supposedly the M&M's have oysters in them and stuff. you know good and damn well there's no oysters in M&M, but they've already set that up by having this comedian rename and rebrand M&M's. So now you're gonna have to have commercials. Just kidding, we still have our regular M&M's, and they're not Lamar M's or whatever she called them, and so that's already been set up.
So you would take the plus money on the M&M's, right?
On the M&M's, right?
Okay.
Man.
What else you got, Sven?
We got this one's a pick'em. It's -115 both ways. Experian or Rakuten.
You said rat food.
Rakuten.
Oh, Rakuten. Okay.
Yeah, it's what the Warriors are sponsored by. I think it's like an Amazon type of thing. They always have commercials, and Experian always has with John Cena. Experian Boost, all those good ones. Yeah.
I have to go with the cow on that one.
Yeah,
John Cena and the purple cow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna drop the money and stuff like that. But it's always where's the Bud Lights? Where are the Budweiser? Where are the Clydesdales?
This one
right
is Heineken versus Budweiser. Heineken is +200. Budweiser is -275.
Well, see, is it now? If I'm going to break this one down, Terry, does it not have to be Budweiser because you do not want to let a foreign beer, even though it's owned probably by an American company, but it's Heineken's known as a German beer or whatever, to have prominence over your American sport? I think this one comes down to
that's important too.
More than anything.
Plus, we like the Clydesdales better than anything Heineken can throw out there.
Oh, yes.
Right.
I still love those
Well,
commercials so
isn't it?
much.
Yeah.
But
What's up? Okay, go ahead.
What are some of the, like Sam mentioned the Lose Yourself in the background, Detroit, mentioned I always like the Bud Light. My favorite one is the Clydesdales kicking the field goal.
The Clydesdales one is good.
Iconic.
Yeah, right? There you go. What are some of the other iconic ones that sit in your mind?
The Puppy Monkey Baby Mountain Dew one.
Oh, that was good too. Puppy Monkey Baby. that was good too. Puppy Monkey Baby.
I hated that commercial.
Did you really? Well,
yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't as serious. How about some of the other ones? Like there's usually some big new car concept commercials, stuff like that.
Well, EVs would probably be big.
EVs,
right?
Yeah,
absolutely. What if you were gonna go? Right. What about pizza? Right,
For
Domino's,
sure.
Little Caesars, NFL, Little Caesars spots NFL.
Yeah.
Maybe Little Caesars. Is there a Little Caesars Domino's? Well, Little Caesars got to be there's the Spenmo Racks, Philadelphia Eagles 2 plus 1.5, 2 rushing touchdowns plus 150 to what's the first pizza commercial?
Oh yeah, Little Caesars should be -10,000.
And Little Caesars used to have the good commercials too when they had the pizza guy.
Right.
So maybe they'll bring them back.
Hopefully their pizza can become as good as their commercials.
Absolutely. Any other brands or things over the years that?
The Where's the Beef?
Oh.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef? Yeah, at Wendy's commercial.
Yeah.
I think Where's the Beef Lady's dead though.
Oh, I mean
the Betty White Snickers commercial was a good one when she was playing football. It was like snapping to a Snickers. You're playing like Betty White out there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that was good.
That's pretty good. There was a commercial a long time. It was a computer commercial, and they only played it one time, and it was futuristic and it was weird and everything, and then they just said IBM at the end.
You know what the ones that I used to like too? Remember the baby doing the trades, the E-Trade, and standing there telling you all about yourself. FedEx, Munchkin, Caveman commercial is always
Tate,
good.
The Office linebacker, that was a good one.
Yeah,
where he's just running through the office leveling people.
Oh, I love the caveman. Especially when they play golf. He says, "Are we playing from the tips?"
Yeah. Oh,
you know you can't play.
No, those are always great. A little bit of fun, a little bit else. Hey, we're winding down, and we're getting ready for the Super Bowl here. Would not be complete, guys. You know what time it is. Super Bowl stories with Uncle T-Foss. A couple Super Bowl stories that we can remember. All this stuff. When we come back. But first, you might need some insurance, Sam.
Got to go to Swiss, of course. Be sure to check with Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Many businesses choose a 1/1 effective date. Swiss can help make sure you have the proper coverage. Swiss Insurance, give us a shot and you won't be disappointed. Email them at mark@swissins.com. That is mark@swissins.com.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Welcome back, Big D Energy. Darren McCarty, Terry Foster, Flannel Sam, Spenmo, Rax looking all new and dapper, getting ready for Super Bowl weekend. We were talking about the Super Bowl, talking about the line. Three of us here have Philly. Sam has, obviously, Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City. We all think it's going to be a pretty close game.
We always think that, and quite often it's not.
Okay, so let's touch on that, Terry. If it is not to be a close game, which way does the blowout go?
If it's a blowout, I think Kansas City will win. It means Kansas City will have gotten their passing game going. Kelsey would have a big game. And like we said earlier, Philly is more like grinding it out. Grinding out doesn't result in blowouts unless the other team quit, and I don't see Kansas City quitting at any point. So,
well, I can say the same about Philly. I don't see them quitting, but I think like offensively or whatever, if because of back to Sam's point earlier, right? If Jalen Hurts isn't right, what he's not right in is throwing the ball, not running the ball. I think that his elusiveness will make it tough for Frank Clark and Chris Jones to be as dominant, but they will flush him out of the pockets whether he can make those throws or not, right? He wasn't able to. Sam, you're right. Watching the game, he didn't need to. But if he needs to in that way, we saw Patrick Mahomes, right? It's his mobility, but he can still throw the ball downfield. It's more to who's he going to be throwing it to, and at the worst case scenario, Kelsey. I see it the same way if I had to go one way or the other, but I don't see Philly quitting. I see this being, more of the dogfight, and I just hope that you don't see guys, we have an entertaining game, but we don't see guys get hurt on this side and hurt on this side so we can play the what-if game.
Yeah.
Do you see that it's your team that can pull away by more than 2 scores if there is a blowout, or do you fear that it's the other way around?
I would say if it were a blowout, it would be in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs, just because they can be so explosive. And Andy Reid, first drive of the game, scripted plays, they're lethal at that. And I also think that Kansas City, if they get behind, is built to come back more than Philadelphia is. If you remember, in their 2019 Super Bowl run, they were down by double digits in all 3 games. They're built to come back. Philadelphia hasn't ever really had to win a game coming from behind on the back of Jalen Hurts. They just get up on you early. They have that dominant offensive line and run game, and Jalen Hurts does more than enough. He had a great year. But Kansas City, they have what it takes to blow Philadelphia out, although I don't think they will.
I'll tell you what else is going on right now. Defensive coordinators are not talking about stopping Patrick Mahomes or stopping Jalen Hurts. They're saying, we want to knock these son of a bitches out the game. So they will deny that, but I'm sure they're telling their players, we got to get these guys out the game.
Hey,
what do you say? What do you say to this, Terry? Emerald Eyes 7 Zemi, couldn't disagree more. T-Foss, the Eagles had so many blowout games this year.
Okay, during the regular season against scrub teams, we're talking about the elite of the elite. And my guess is a team that has the best quarterback in the league and the best tight end / pass catcher in the league are more capable of being explosive. Philadelphia's just going to wear your ass down. And even though they might kick your ass, it still might be 28-14. And so it doesn't sound like a blowout, but it's a blowout without being a blowout.
It's a blowout in the context of what we expect to see out of this game. Spenny, how do you got? Which way would you say if there is a blowout in this game?
Yeah, if there's a blowout in this game, I think it's going to be Kansas City. They have the high-powered offense. They have been there before, done that before. I think the Eagles want to, go tit for tat with them and just keep it moving down the field, keep it pretty close, and end up winning.
And one other thing for Emerald Isles, whatever his name is.
Emerald Eyes,
Philadelphia had the easiest road. The NFC is not as good as the AFC.
Okay.
So you would expect Philadelphia to blow folks out.
That's why you asked the question. There you got the answer. Speaking of answers, Terry, we've been getting a few stories because it's Super Bowl week of Terry Foster, who has told us he's been to 9 live Super Bowls. What do you have for us leaning in?
I'm going to give you my Super Bowl in Atlanta where I was a little bit bad, but I made a protest.
Do we remember what Super Bowl or who played? Or what year-ish?
I don't. It was
late 90s,
yeah,
early
late
2000s?
90s. Yeah, it was late 90s.
All right.
And the thing I was upset about was that I didn't like the fact that where I was working, they had the Confederate flag flying over the building. So the Confederate flag is not a friend of mine. It's a negative connotation. I didn't want to work on those. So what I did was I wrote a column in the Detroit News saying that I was going to walk out for the national anthem in protest of the Confederate flag flying over the Georgia Dome at the time. So ESPN caught wind of it and a bunch of people, so I ended up having to do national interviews and stuff. So other journalists were like, we want to do it too. So about 150 journalists walked out from the press box to this dining area, and we just waited there until the national anthem was done, and we just came back and just did our job. So that was my protest. That I did not like the fact that I was working with the Confederate flag flying overhead. So it sort of got me in trouble, but I didn't care. I heard from every Confederate flag organization in the nation, and I know there's at least 20 of them because I heard from all of them. Said the Confederate flag is just a flag of unity. The Confederate flag is not racist. The Confederate flag is something you should be proud of as part of our national heritage. And I got emails, phone calls. I mean, I was on the phone probably like a full 2 weeks after that Super Bowl because people were so protective of this symbol of hate that
did they ask you why? Because it's your truth, right?
Yeah,
the fact that you're uncomfortable, like that they're projecting and this is with anything else, but did anybody ask you?
No, they I wrote it in my column, and so they obviously read it, and so they quoted my column because I was saying that the Confederate flag is not a friend of black people. That a lot of times when black people were lynched in this country, the Confederate flag was flying nearby, which they said was not true. It's
but I think the whole point is the fact that you, as a person, had these feelings because this is the way. So, and obviously other people. So I think it's I guess looking back, what's the lesson to the fine young people, right? Because I think what you did as far as standing up for what you believed in, there was no violence. There was you used your platform.
I didn't hit anybody. I didn't burn any buildings.
Did you feel like after you used your platform, I guess what you wanted to accomplish or was accomplished, or not that you set out to accomplish anything other than to stand up?
I did. I was hoping, and I knew this wasn't going to happen. I hope, at some point they would take it down, which they did about a year later. But I think other people were angry about it too. But I think one of the things that was really interesting was there was a black guy that I ran into in the media lobby and he heard about the protests and everything. He said, "Dude," he said, "you've opened up a can of worms down here." And he said, "White people in the South are crazy," and and he was trying to warn me, "Don't go out because somebody might try to get me or try to hurt me and stuff." He said, "Man, the white people up north are more sane. You're okay up here, but down here, he just kept saying somebody's gonna get you."
Did you feel threat?
No.
Did you feel that way?
I didn't. But the thing is, I'm in the Super Bowl bubble.
Right.
There is so many people by the media hotels and the team hotels and downtown. That's all I said. I didn't go out into the neighborhoods or anything. So I felt safe. And if somebody did get me, there'd be like 500,000 witnesses. So I was good. But I appreciate him warning me and telling me to be careful and stuff like that. But I never felt threatened.
I love it. Elgato, stay strapped, T-Foss. There you go. I love.
But plus, I was carrying.
That's it. What I love the fact though, Terry, is that what I've known about you since the first is that like the man of principle or your truth. If it's not right, you're gonna say, "Hold on a second, this isn't right to me." So I've always respected that and respect that, and that's what it came out of the Super Bowl. Anyways, if the Super Bowl or anything else doesn't go very well for you, we got somebody you can call, talk about.
Yeah, that is SMA or the Sports Marketing Agency, because the Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, make sure you head to thesportsma.com to get the help you deserve.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports loves lobster, and what better way to get your fix than Cousins Maine Lobster? With 2 trucks rolling around the city of Detroit, you can find the best lobster rolls, lobster tots, lobster tacos, and Terry and my favorite lobster grilled cheese to power through the day. Go to cousinsmainelobster.com to find their schedule or scan that QR code right on the screen and figure out where they are rolling around the city. Make sure you check out Cousins Maine Lobster.
All right, coming back, winding up. As you can see now, Terry.
Yes.
We love you very much around here. You're a huge part of not only Woodward Sports. Your birthday is this weekend, Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And the fellas couldn't think of better is that we wanted to, at least you're going to be in the basement. Everybody's got things going on. But what better way to kick off this Super Bowl Big D Energy weekend than bring in Mikey and Stick and the boy from Chubby Charlie's. It's the Pickle Pizza, bro.
Chubby Charlie's near me.
It's the Pickle Pizza. What's up, Mikey? How you doing?
Buddy boy.
Come on, Mom.
Well, I guess I'm not.
Come on, Mo. Get the delivery, everything. Bring the bags. The boys are here.
I was going to start my Super Bowl celebration.
If you haven't had Chubby Charlie's,
1 o'clock
Friday. Good to see you. Now, if you haven't had Chubby Charlie's, this is the Pickle Pizza. Now, if you've never had Pickle Pizza on your pickles on your pizza, this is something where, as you know, these guys created and invented, and I'm a big fan. So right now, can people still order a Chubby Charlie's pickle pizza for their Super Bowl if they would want to experience this in their appetizer platter?
Of course they can. Anybody who would like to go and order a pickle pizza has the ability to order it at any time any of our stores are open. It's a hot seller. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Last time you tried to give me the steal.
Well, I didn't know, bro. I can't eat a whole pie of it, right? If I'm going to sit down and crush a pie, it's going to be pepperoni and mushroom. That's just the way I grew up, right? But I can slam about 3 or 4 of these pieces and be good. They get you full. I think that I love pickles. I like the sauce or whatever. It's more of a white sauce or cream sauce. But you guys figured it out. Have you had it before?
Yes.
I had it a month
ago. I did. I loved it. But Darren is one of those guys, you introduce something new, he's like, I don't like this. And then he goes, this is good. I love it.
Exactly. I will come around to it eventually, but I'm not going to throw it out. I learned that from Terry. Spenny, you're a big pickle pizza. Like, check out this guy. Whoa. Look at absolutely. You can look at the jowls. You can see all the muscles in the jowls moving there. Flannel, are you a pickle pizza fan?
I don't like pickles.
Oh, that would make sense.
Everything else you have.
So what we're doing, we're having the Terry's birthday party, Philly fan celebration part of it. Kansas City, I guess, gets no pizzas, but talk about, and we appreciate the great support that obviously Chubby Charlie's has given us. But tell us, what obviously big time of the year for you guys. A lot of pizzas going out. We were talking about it earlier. But you don't just do pickle pizza there. What else you guys got for everybody they want for the Super Bowl?
Well, we were just telling Joey outside. We have somebody that ordered 100 wingdings, and we're excited about that. A pretty big order. We got rib tips. We got a whole bunch of different pizzas. If you go out there, we got some meat lovers, a Hawaiian, chubbaroni. Got a whole bunch of different options on there, and plenty to go and pick and choose from. So if you're looking for a better portion of the menu, you can look it up on chubbycharlies.com, and you can find the full menu there. And each of our stores, we carry a full menu.
That's right. Now, I've heard, not Thanksgiving, but Halloween is the biggest pizza night. Is that true?
That is true.
Okay. And where does Super Bowl Sunday rank?
I took ownership the day after Halloween, so I didn't get to experience.
So you don't know.
We're getting ready for this Halloween. I picked out my costume, but
Well, how about you guys for the Super Bowl? Will you be watching the Super Bowl, or will you be working? Is that something that you're, or no, just another day? You're more
be making pizza.
About getting the pizza. Me? What?
He's gonna be making pizza.
Well, I understand that, but with the TV be on in the back.
We'll try to watch it having it on the back. Our main goal right now is to make sure everything comes out perfect for our customers, make sure they're happy, everything's going out perfectly.
Well, do the pizza guys have a preference? It's Philly minus 1.5 right now. You got KC or you got Philly, or it doesn't matter?
I'll go with KC.
Oh, there you go, Sam. Later on, he's live or die with Patrick Mahomes. That's not a bad bet. We appreciate you guys, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Foss.
Old guy now.
Remember, chubbycharlies.com, everything out. Where's your store?
You would have burnt down the studio.
We are off of Utica Road in between 13 Mile and Common.
Utica Road between 13 Mile and Common. Is that Sterling Heights?
That is Roseville.
Roseville. The lovely Roseville. Thank you for everybody out there. Yeah, we're gonna definitely. That's a keeper. If you've never had, honestly, I swear to God, if you like pickles, if you've never had a pickle pizza, you have to at least try it. Spenny, would you say bucket list?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And
that's not even dancing it down.
No.
So,
and it's got a different cheese. What cheese is that?
Premium mozzarella.
Oh,
premium. This is the top. This is the top of the line.
Okay.
Best cheese
Didn't
out
think
there.
that he was gonna. What is your most? What is the most pizza? What type of pizza is the most pizza you guys? Like, does the nation have a favorite? Is it just like pepperoni, or is it plain cheese? You see,
mostly pepperoni, and a lot of people like to get our chubbaroni as well. So our chubbaroni is basically layer sauce, cheese. Then we do regular pepperonis and old school, and then another layer of cheese right on top. So a lot of people like that a lot.
That's the chubbaroni.
All right, what do you guys think of this? When my kids, they want pizza just with cheese. I said, that's not real pizza.
I agree.
It's cheese bread.
Right.
I like that chubbarita.
Okay,
Isn't that chubbaroni or whatever? Chubbaroni?
I disagree with the whole it's just cheese. Cheese pizza's good too, okay? Some people just can't eat all the meats on there, so
whatever, and at Chubby Charlie's, whatever you prefer, you will make it for them.
I'm a
by
mushroom
hand.
guy.
There you go.
So I was
big
working on
mushroom
a
guy.
new slogan with Lou. We were talking about this, and it goes along the lines of like, why get better pizza when you can get the best?
There you go.
I like
Bam.
that. I think that hits
Be
different.
chubby.
Okay.
Be chubby all day long.
Okay.
Can't think of a better way to end it. Thank you for joining us this week. Have fun. Be safe no matter what Super Bowl. I'll see everybody Combat 1 tonight in Waterford. Jockstrap Cletus right there for Sam Flannel. For Spenmo Rax. For the birthday boy T. Foss. I'm Darren McCarty. Deuces. See you Monday.
See you.
See ya.